this week's episode of the Wellhouse Exorcism. This is your ghost of a host the most, Shanna.
It's Puckwell PJ.
It's Psycho Penny.
And our special surprise guest,
Maxim Furek, paranormal author. Thank you.
So we are here this week. This is our surprise episode in between our UFO breakdown from our drop. What? What is your face?
What?
Nothing? I can't have you guys together ever. Maxim, come over here and save me.
What's going on? What is some kind of chemistry or what?
Probably. I think they're just being
I tend to egg him on.
A little bit.
She likes his dad jokes. It's terrible. Anyway.
By the way, I like Spaceballs. That was a great movie.
Oh.
I know, right?
Mel Brooks, man, yeah.
Got them
Mel
for
Brooks is
Father's
great.
Day. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is our surprise episode in between. We are currently doing a two-parter on the most current drop of all of the UFO stuff that came out from Department of War. So we're putting you in between. So happy 4th of July to everyone out there. We hope you had a very safe and not so hot 4th of July.
Yeah.
It was 110 here today.
It felt like 100.
It was awful.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. It was bad. Man, I'm up in Luzerne County. It was horrible. We did go for a walk early in the morning, but we went in the shade and yeah, it's
Was it
brutal.
already 80 degrees though in the morning? How bad was it?
It was bad, and I mean, I can tolerate that. My wife had a hard time with it, but but we managed it. We did about maybe 2 miles, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, we I broke the sprinkler out today for my son, and when you were in the sprinkler it was fine, but the second you stepped out of the sprinkler, it was already hot again.
Yeah.
It was awful. So to our listeners, thank you for hopping in for this surprise episode. Again, it's our happy 4th of July episode, and we'll come back with our part 2 on the UFO stuff next week.
That's right.
Or is it UAP?
I refuse to ever say UAP.
Thank you. They're saucers. That's what they are. They're UFOs.
There we
They
go.
changed
Always
the
have
name
been.
just because they didn't like the original name. There's no
Yeah.
definitive reason for it other than we
Yeah.
wanted to change the name.
They think it
So,
sounds more sophisticated.
Yeah.
That's like Gulf of America.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So.
Listen, I still believe Pluto's a planet. I don't even care.
Oh yeah.
Don't change things on me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
That's
It
where
is
I'm
a
at.
planet.
Thank you. Penny agreed.
Yeah.
She taught elementary kids.
Okay.
I'm the nationally certified.
So,
test
so
vet.
what I know Pluto's been degraded. What do they call Pluto now? It's not.
It's a white dwarf
A
planet.
dwarf planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If we were
I
to
remember
include-
reading that. I forget what I read.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have like 4 or 5 dwarf planets. in
Yeah,
our
if we
solar
were to
system.
include Pluto, we'd have to bring on a couple more. I'm like, good, bring them on in. We'll have more than 9 planets. I don't care.
Yeah.
As long as Pluto can stay.
Doesn't affect us, right?
No.
Yeah.
So we're here tonight because, Maxim, you would like to have a nice, honest conversation, which is why we brought Penny here. Because Penny is our resident lover of Bigfoot. Yes, she is not only our psychologist, but she also is the big believer in our big boy. Is that not right?
I believe it exists.
Okay.
How about you,
So-
PJ?
Does he believe I exist? That's what I want.
That's good.
Where does Bigfoot stand?
On
Does
you?
Bigfoot believe that? Yeah.
Oh, Puckwell.
No, I want to believe, but I have a hard time believing in any cryptids. I love cryptid stories. I love telling stories of them. I love hearing stories of them, but I have a hard time believing in them because I want more than footprints. I want people to find scat or bodies
Right, yeah.
or
A body, a
skeleton.
carcass,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
DNA.
Right.
And or
Which
yeah,
is
or-
ironic because his code name for this episode, for this entire podcast, is Puckwa PJ because he loves the story of the Puckwa G.
Yeah. Again, I love telling stories. Like Jersey Devil's probably my favorite to talk
That one
about.
does not exist.
I love the Jersey
I will.
Devil.
I will.
Oh, the Jersey
fall-
Devil. Okay, yeah.
It's so
yeah.
great. It's
I will
so
fall on
cool.
that sword. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, where do you fall, Maxim, on this?
Well, I'm a skeptic.
Mhm.
I'm not a true believer. I'm a skeptic, but I consider myself more of an academic, and I think that I'm just trying to find the truth. With the paranormal, I think we're all motivated by the same thing. We're just curious about what's around the corner. So and I mean the paranormal, cryptozoology, ufology is just so fascinating, and it's been fascinating for thousands of years. And what's interesting is that with the cryptids, I mean, there's every culture has some
Yes.
some animal, some anomalous creature that they've seen, that numerous witnesses have seen. And I'll say this, although we don't have a carcass, DNA, blood, any of that, what we have is, a number of elements. What I would call would be elements of high strangeness. What J. Allen Hynek would call high strangeness, and he talked about with flying saucers that, if you have one or two things, it's a coincidence. But when you have three, four, or five things, it's high strangeness. There's something there that you just can't ignore. And with the people that look for Sasquatch, the apers, they've been called,
I know, I
or
love
the
that term.
or the yeah, so do I, or the knuckle draggers, or the people that are the flesh and blood people, that they believe that Sasquatch is flesh and blood. What they offer us are eyewitness reports, and that's like numerous eyewitnesses saying the same thing.
Hmm.
The smell, typically, I mean, not always, but
Skunk ape,
typically,
yep. Hmm.
the smell like a wet dog, like fecal matter, like rotten eggs. I mean, it seems to be the same. We're not sure what that is. If that's a defense mechanism, if it's a means of communication, if it's what happens if they're interdimensional, that when their portal opens, that we get that stench that their
Maxim and I are
portal.
best friends. Okay,
Yeah,
right here, all of this.
yeah.
Because
Where
I don't think we're going to find a carcass of Bigfoot. We're not going to find DNA because according to all the stories, even the Native American stories, they are interdimensional.
Yeah,
They go
yeah,
through their portals to their world. They come here, and their portals usually close or like a part of water.
Mhm.
So why would they leave anything behind?
yeah,
Maybe they're good
yeah.
Boy Scouts. They leave the area cleaner than they found it.
Well, the coastal people said that they were protectors of the environment.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they also said that to see a Sasquatch was an honorable thing, a sacred thing.
Yep.
And the thing, I know I got into some conflict a while ago. I was mentioning that there were only two known examples of Bigfoot attacking people. I talked about Ape Canyon, and I talked about President Theodore Roosevelt, who wrote in one of his books, this hunter that from Montana that got killed by this ape-like creature in Montana. So, but when I said that on the podcast, all these people said, no, there's countless other reports of Bigfoot being violent. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think so, because I mean, when I talk to people, I mean, typically seeing Bigfoot is a sort of a predictable, boring event. Bigfoot sees you, looks at you, checks you out, and then walks away. My friend, my neighbor Joe, I live in Luzerne County in Mackinac until September. I'm like checking out.
You gotta be careful when
But
you say that because people are gonna be like, "Oh, let's go to Mock Knock and let's talk about every single story until we find this guy."
yeah. So anyway, he was at a very specific place there in Mackinac. I better not give it away. And saw not one but two Bigfoot. One was cinnamon, one was black. And I said, Joe, well, how did they act? And I asked him numerous times. He said they looked at me like they were curious, not afraid, and then they walked away human-like, like hominids. And that's what they did. And I went up there and I looked around for 2 days. I looked for tracks and everything, couldn't find anything. But
Because they popped in their portal, off they went.
why not? I mean, who knows? So anyway, I put Joe in touch with Stan Gordon, and he's our guy out in Western Pennsylvania that keeps all the track of all this stuff. So anyway, Stan called Joe and took his report, and so that was the one thing that this was predictable. The other one was, I might have spoken about this on your show before, but in the Catawissa area, Craig Long, who now is the district magistrate, Craig used to be the sheriff. Got a call, a couple years ago, got a call from this older gentleman that was letting his dog out to go to the bathroom, 11 o'clock at
Yep.
night.
Mhm.
He sees this 11-foot-ish creature, brown creature, and he was scared. He was initially scared, but he called Craig. Craig comes over, and the guy said to Craig, then he said, no, he said, I wasn't scared. And Craig said, what do you mean you weren't scared? And he said, well, because Bigfoot had kind eyes,
Aw.
So, we
I'd love to
typically,
ask him if he had seen if the eyes were reflective because that's a commonality too, is these reflective eyes.
well, well, some say that they're reflective. Some say that Bigfoot emits light from the eyes rather than reflects light. So,
Interesting.
there's all these paranormal-ish things about Bigfoot, like telepathy, interdimensional travel, the bilocation, the rapid transport that it's in front of you then behind you. So all of that. But anyway, those were my two stories from here, from back here, and
Well, it's funny
there.
because we recently did an episode. I did it for Father's Day for
Oh, okay.
Bigfoot PJ and our friend Matt because it was Father's Day. And because there was recently a Bigfoot sighting that I went over. It's made the newspapers. I mean, they actually they sent their story into the Bigfoot Research Organization.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and of course, a moneymaker again, best last name ever. He said it was legitimate,
Yeah. Where was this at?
sighting.
Was that local?
No, it was a couple. It was next state over, right? Was
Oh, that
Ohio.
Ohio?
was in Ohio, right?
Yeah, it was in Ohio. Yep.
Yeah, where was that? Because I've been hearing about. I'm like the last person to hear about this, but they had a Bigfoot sighting in Ohio that everybody's talking about it, and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be legitimate.
Yeah. So we went over it, and to be honest, I'm not sure like how I feel about it. Like, what were your thoughts?
No, we both kind of sat on the idea that we don't believe it
Okay.
because it was like a group of teenagers out in the woods, and not one of them pulled their phone out.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
That was
walking
my big
there.
thing. Is like,
That,
where are the images? Like,
yeah, that always happens.
Yeah,
Where's the drone footage? Where's the,
but
I don't know.
there's countless times where like someone's being chased by a bear and they have their phone out, but for Bigfoot,
But
no phone.
and even if this Ohio sighting is a hoax, look how much coverage it's received,
mhm.
and everybody's talking about it. I mean, and I just heard about this, secondhand. So I don't know. There's something to it, whatever that is. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't Ohio. It was Idaho.
Idaho. Okay.
Idaho,
Yeah,
that's right.
Well,
because
that's
it's in the
close.
Payette National Forest. That's where it
Okay.
was. Yeah.
Wasn't there a story of Bigfoot sightings in Ohio
There is. Yeah, there's
right
another.
before earthquake
Yep.
happened?
They call it
Oh,
flap over there. Yeah, it's a big thing. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I did an episode of that
Yep.
for Mother's Day, I think it was. Yeah.
That's always these
How like a
gifts.
whole family was caught traveling
Yeah.
southeast, and people
Yeah.
were predicting where they would be the next day and everything.
Yeah, so Idaho was in the most recent one, and because it was over a series of days, and they said there were at least two, or at least one, but at least two, I should say, because there was some kind of whistling, and they felt like they were being cornered by them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were making grunting noises,
Yeah.
whistling, knocking
Okay.
sounds,
Yeah.
and they kind of kept coming closer and closer to because the kids were out for a whole weekend camping on Memorial Day. That's why they were there.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they saw them out there. They could smell them. They were very dark. That's how they described the fur. The eyes were reflective.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So still, people are still having these sightings, and again, it's been verified by the Bigfoot Research Organization. Again, I don't know how I feel about it though because I would have taken at least one picture.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, something.
Well, everything we get is blurry. I mean, there's just, I don't know what that is. And then other people are saying that, well, Bigfoot has this psychic mechanism that, you can't take a picture of it, a clear picture, that they somehow blur it. They make it fuzzy. So
I
I don't
saw
know.
a comedian. He's like, maybe Bigfoot just is blurry.
Yeah, I heard that. Somebody sent me that. That's great. Yeah, he was good.
Well, and two, like I think there's that fight or flight and freeze response, right? Like if you're kind of going, "Oh my gosh, I'm actually looking at Bigfoot right now. Holy crap." You're not going to look away to get your camera because if you like turn your eyes away, maybe it's going to disappear, right? So you kind of keep
Yeah.
staring at it. So, I don't
But you're right though. With us, with humans and animals, it's fight, flight, or freeze.
know.
What if with Sasquatch, it's fight, flight, freeze, or maybe go back into the portal?
Dun, dun.
Maybe, why not?
I'll
I
go
mean,
with them. The world's a mess. Let's
yeah,
go hang out in Bigfoot
yeah,
territory. Take
yeah,
me with you.
yeah.
All right, so we are here tonight because we have heard recently about this whole Patterson Gimlin issue here. So I would like you to explain to me what is going on because I'm going to be honest, I didn't know much about this. Penny did, PJ did too, but you brought this to light and I had no idea. So
Yeah,
mansplain this to me.
Especially for the listener,
Yes.
the audience too. They probably won't know about this either.
Yeah, tell me all
yeah.
about it.
Well, I've gone on record. I'm challenging filmmaker Marq Evans to a debate, any place, anytime. Could be on Games Overboard, the Wellhouse Exorcism. I don't care, but
We'll host
Let's
it.
do it. We'll
Yeah.
host it.
yeah, yeah.
Put
But
Penny
anyway,
as the mediator.
No.
South by Southwest Film Festival in Austin, Texas. This guy Marq Evans had a documentary called Capturing Bigfoot.
Hmm.
And what he showed was a 40-second black and white 16 millimeter clip that showed a skinny Bigfoot in the same area where Patterson Gimlin, Bluff Creek was shot their footage. And it looked like, according to Marq Evans, it looked like it was a dress rehearsal for the actual 1967 Patterson Gimlin film. Now he's claiming that with his footage that he just found, newly discovered,
Hmm.
that it's proof that the 1967 Patterson Gimlin film is a fake. And when I saw that, I immediately contacted my publisher, Hanger One. I immediately, challenged Marq Evans to a debate. And Hanger One sent out a press release, and we put together a mutual press release, and they sent it out. And immediately we had 4,100 and I think 14 viewers or listeners or
Jeez.
hits or whatever. So it's out there. Now, I took some flack from the Coalition of Critical Thinkers, or maybe they're called the Coalition of Critical Idiots, but they bashed me. I mean, they really came after me. And one of the things they said, well, first of all, paranormal researcher, they questioned that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other thing was, and here's the thing, I have not seen Marq Evans' 40-second documentary. I mean, the film. So I haven't seen it.
Thing you found, yeah.
But it didn't pass the smell test. I mean, it just something stinks about it. So anyway, I just believe that it's a hoax. But the Coalition of Critical Thinkers automatically assumed that I didn't see the film. Now, come on, you can't start an argument by assuming that something isn't there. I mean, that's what they were doing. So immediately they were judging me as being wrong or guilty or whatever. But
Mhm.
doesn't matter. So I'm claiming that there's enough evidence to prove that the original Patterson Gimlin film is the real deal. And one thing with it's only 59 seconds, 58 seconds
Yeah.
long, and it's seamless from beginning to end. Nothing's been tampered with, overdubbed, changed, whatever.
And
It's
CGI didn't really exist in the 60s.
No, yeah.
So that's important to note.
What is that?
CGI didn't really
Oh, yeah,
exist in the
correct. Yeah.
60s. Yeah.
Yeah. So you had people like Dr. Jeff Meldrum, who was like our guru. He died last year, but he was the one that believed that when you look at the motion, when you look at the gait, when you look at the striation, when you look at the muscularity, when you look at the torso, there's maybe one in 5,000 people that would have an elongated torso like that in the film. Maybe a guy from Samoa, but not anybody from Millville or
Yeah. Hey. We
So,
make we make pretty big kids because of their farmers. You should see our basketball team. I actually felt kind of bad. We went to see a middle school basketball team, Penny and I, because our school where we worked was playing against Millville. So it's like, oh, let's go watch the kids. And then I realized how small our kids were compared to Millville kids. Like we raised some big ones. We could probably have a Bigfoot over here.
well, could you three of you stand up and show me your torsos,
Oh,
please?
it's
I wanna
not
see
us. No, it's
if
not
you
us.
like Bigfoot. Okay.
We're not from around here.
No.
Yeah.
We're not farmers either.
Yeah. So, uh, Meldrum believed that the film was accurate and authentic, and it showed a animal-like creature, a cryptid, not a human being.
Well, and I would
And
add too that you don't really see if it was a costume because it's the 60s, it would have been a costume.
Yeah.
There's no movement. You don't see a zipper. Like there, and costumes are always bulky and funky. You can tell that it's a costume because like the ripple of the costume. You don't
yeah.
see that.
Didn't they
There was a-
compare it to the Planet of the Apes movie and the costumes there and said that's the best they could do at the time?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a guy named William Munns, Munns. He was a Hollywood special effects designer. He wrote a book about Bigfoot. I think when Patty met Roger, something like that. But anyway, he said that the technology to make a suit like that, in 1967 did not exist.
Mm.
It has advanced now, but it didn't back then. So there's these individuals. Now, one thing, full disclosure, my publisher for Hanger One, Doug Hychek, paid William Munns, the Hollywood designer guy, special effects guy, paid him to discredit the Patterson Gimlin film.
Huh.
And at the end of the day, he said that what he saw was an animal, not a human being. Also, Doug Hychek, who's embedded himself into the story, almost like a gonzo journalist, almost like Hunter S. Thompson. And that's exactly what he did. Became part of the story. Um, Doug Hychek offered Bob Gimlin $1 million to claim that what he saw was a hoax, that it wasn't real. And Gimlin just smiled and shook his head and didn't take the money. He
And $1 million
offered him,
in the 60s, a lot of money.
Wow.
yeah, it's a lot of money. So Doug Hychek, who has a publishing company and he has a whole bunch of podcasts and everything. He did that, but I mean, he entered into the whole thing. He's part of it, and so I don't know. I think a lot of this stuff is, there's evidence. There's more evidence proving the authenticity of the original Patterson Gimlin film than there is showing the authenticity of this capturing Bigfoot, what I'm calling a hoax.
It's interesting that's coming out now because Evans found this from Teresa Brooks in June of 2024. So this is like brand spanking new.
Yeah, right.
And I immediately feel like we should be questioning that.
Yeah.
Because like
it was locked in a vault.
yeah, it's
safe.
locked so far away. And if you were trying to keep it hidden, why would you even have it? Like, wouldn't you have
Yeah.
like, if they did burn the monkey suit, which is
Yeah,
another
right.
one they
Okay. Yeah.
made.
Yeah. Why
What if
didn't
they
they
burned?
burn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why would you get rid of your smoking gun too? I don't
Yeah. Yeah.
understand.
So the two things that Marq Evans has, there's two things really. One, he has his film, just as we have our film, and I believe that the authentic, the original film. But you have two films, and that in itself doesn't prove anything. Marq Evans claimed that Patterson's son, whatever his name, I forget, whatever the Patterson's son's name was, he watched his father.
Is it Norm or
No,
no?
No,
Okay.
something else. I don't.
watched his father burn the
Clint.
Clint, yeah,
Yeah.
Clint, very good. Clint watched Daddy burn the costume in the thing, so that's what he said. But I mean,
Right. He
you
five
have,
piece and like for like 30 minutes burning this monkey suit.
yeah, yeah. So you have he said, she said thing. But so that's it. I mean, I don't know if there was any money exchanged from what I've seen. The only one who might have made money from this was Roger Patterson's brother-in-law, and he was a contractor there, one of the major contractors in Washington State. Right after Patterson and Gimlin did the film, he went out to Patterson went out to Hollywood and created Bigfoot Productions. He wanted to make some money out of this, and Al DeLay, that was his brother-in-law, Al DeLay, invested money in this. And as far as I know, Al DeLay was the only one who came away with a substantial amount of money. I don't think anybody else did. I know that Bob Gimlin sued the people for money for his share. I think,
And they settled out of court, so he did get paid.
okay, good, good. I'm glad he did. Patricia Patterson, who was supposed to have the rights to the actual video of the film, I don't know if she ever got paid. I mean, everybody's using that film. I don't know if anybody's paying anybody for it, and it may be in I don't know. It may be in public domain. Somebody said something like that. I'm not sure, but that was the film. The stills were supposed to be owned by Renee DeHinden, one of the original Four Horsemen of Sasquatchery, and again, I don't know if anybody's paying anybody for that film because you see it all over the place. I mean, people are using that. They're, maybe plagiarizing it or utilizing for their, but I don't think that this thing is, everybody thinks that, there's a lot of people making money from the Patterson Gimlin film. I don't think that's accurate at all. So anyway, what's happening with this then, I'm offering to debate Marq Evans. I have all these press releases coming out, and we'll
Has
see
he
what
responded
happens.
at all?
Pardon?
Has he responded at all yet?
No, not yet. No, I don't think, I'm waiting for Hanger One to reach out and reach out to him and, see what we're going to do with that. But yeah, I'd like to debate him, and I'm getting my talking points together, and and I think it's a good thing for the order that we go and look at this maybe scientifically. What
Hmm.
are the facts? What are the facts that we have? What are the facts that we don't have? I mean, are we writing on, the scientific method, or are we just going on rumor and innuendo and all this? Here's the thing too. South by Southwest, when Mark uh, Evans put this together, he only invited a select group of people to see this documentary. People from People magazine and maybe the
Yeah, I didn't
Hollywood
get an
Reporter.
A couple
invitation.
content
Yeah,
So
creators. I saw a YouTuber talking about it.
I wasn't
Who's like a
invited.
big Bigfoot
Trash
guy.
people were invited then.
there weren't a whole lot of people. I mean, there was a
Yeah.
select group of people. So, what we're getting, whatever kind of response we're getting now is just from a select group of people, a select voice. And I swear, I mean, when you Google this, all of these reports are saying that Patterson Gimlin film debunked. Well, it hasn't been
Not
debunked.
debunked,
Yeah.
no.
No, not at all. But I mean, that's the headline, and I refute that, and I debate that. So
Yeah.
Well, and like what I find interesting too is Marq Evans is a part-time instructor for film. Like,
yes, very good. Yeah.
hey, I'm a part-time English professor. So like there's that. I have a full-time job that is not that. But he's
Yeah.
a part-time instructor at Olympic College and someone comes and
Yeah.
says, "Hey, I found this and I'd like you to help me develop it."
Uh-huh.
Okay. Like again, it seems too fabricated. It just seems too
Yeah, right. Yeah.
easy.
Her father, the woman who found this, her father evidently worked for Boeing. He
Yeah.
worked in the film department, and he was the one who developed the Patterson Gimlin film, the original. So I don't know. It's just a little bit too
No.
contrived.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it just doesn't feel right.
I'm
So
just saying that if you're just a paranormal researcher, he's just a part-time film person.
yeah, okay.
We'll go that way. I'll be sassy,
I
okay?
like that. That's good. Yeah, okay.
And that's coming from a person who's a part-time instructor. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just
So,
consider myself
but
a
anyway, this
professor of
is this
English.
this is huge news, as Penny knows, within the Bigfoot community because so it has a sort of like up in anxious a little bit. There's a war between the people that are the believers and the people that really want to prove that this film is a hoax because nobody has been able to disprove that the Patterson Gimlin film has been hoaxed. We've looked at it so many times. We've slowed it down. We've digitized it. We've colorized it. We've done everything. We've probably scrutinized this as much as the Zapruder film, the Kennedy
Yep.
assassination
Oh yeah.
Zapruder film. So, um, there it's I don't know what he was thinking when he did this documentary, but it seems to me that he really doesn't have a whole lot of ammunition. So, I
And
think
that's yeah, it's like to add to your conversation too, like people have looked at this video, right? They have looked at it, they've analyzed it in so many different ways. There's no evidence of splicing. It's all continuous. And like I know that you can get a really good take once in a while. I know that you once in a while you get lucky. But there's no evidence of splicing. There's no evidence of any editing, of doctoring. It's just this like, continuous uncut event and it
right.
just I don't know, it just feels authentic.
Yeah, sure,
It's
yeah.
so boring, right? Like that's when we talk about like it's so boring. It's just some Bigfoot doing his little walk and then
Her,
Yeah.
sorry, yes, her.
Her, yeah, Pat, yeah, yeah, you're right.
Patty, I apologize, Patty.
which is something else. Why would they make a hoax of a female?
There you go. It's also again, it's so mundane.
Yeah.
It's the
Well, I
mundane
would
that
I
screams to
would
me as being real.
I would think if you're making a fake costume of a Bigfoot, I think just to add breast would just complicate the whole thing. It just makes it a little bit
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
more difficult. I wouldn't have the breast. I'd have a male Sasquatch. But
Mhm.
what happened was Patterson and Gimlin were going to make a documentary. They wanted to make money on this documentary to go and do an actual Sasquatch exploration. They wanted, they use the money to actually find Sasquatch. So they're there in Bluff Creek, They had Patterson was on the lead horse. Gimlin was on the second horse with a pack horse. He had two of them, and all of a sudden the horses reared up, and Patterson was falling off. As he
Oh,
fell off, he grabbed into the saddlebag for the camera, and as he's falling, he's shooting, and he didn't know if he had anything, but again, he was like sort of running towards this Bigfoot, and so he was able to get 50, I think it's 58, 59 seconds of black and white film. He didn't know what he had, but this is our holy grail. This is the best we have.
mhm.
And again, nobody to this day has proven that that's a hoax or it's inauthentic. So
Well,
this happens every so many years. It's happening with, and I apologize for being so long-winded. It's happening with ufology,
yes.
with Disclosure Day and the government disclosure. Like, what disclosure? I mean, what have we learned from the U.S. government's disclosure?
Well,
You
if you listen to my last week's or my Father's Day episode and my part 2, you'll learn all about that, Maxim.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I want to listen to it. Yeah, send me that link. I want to hear
because
this.
I think this is the first time, in my opinion, I told PJ the first 2 dumps were just boring,
Uh-huh.
but this third one actually has some really cool stuff in it.
I don't know. I thought
Okay.
the first one was kind of fun.
Oh, it's true, yeah. But this one actually I thought was pretty good.
Okay.
See, I
So-
think they know they can't cover up UFOs any longer with all the technology and everybody's carrying a camera. So they figure if they put it out there, the average citizen can gather all the data for them.
See, I think they
Yeah.
gave that to us because COVID happened. We needed some kind of distraction.
Well,
They're
there
like,
is
okay,
al-
you know what? The world sucks right now. So yeah, UFOs are real.
There is always that. They always have an ulterior motive to distract us from something else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? We, the people, do not have the right to know. Like in the military, in order to get the information, you need to have the need to know,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't. I mean, a lot of these people there that work with the government, everything's in a little compartment, and you don't know what PJ's doing, and you
Yep.
don't know what Penny's
I never
doing.
know what he's doing. Fun fact.
Yeah.
No, he is
But
an enigma.
yeah. So, but I think that's what they do, and they keep it like that. And I don't know, but
Well,
I
My
have to.
dad
I didn't.
he was in the Air Force for 20 plus years, and he had a lot of clearances. Like this man could walk on to any Air Force base. Like he knew stuff. So my dad's just like, no, yeah, aliens are real. Like straight up, like they're real. So
Yeah.
I never once thought they weren't real just because I grew up with my dad. And he's like, don't go to Roswell. That's stupid. Don't go to Area 51. There's more places. Don't waste your time on that. And I'm like, oh, okay. Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad.
Yeah. Well, you can't go to Area 51 anyway, so
Well,
don't
they
try.
tried.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah. Yeah. What's the other one? Hangar. What's the one in Wright-Patterson? Hangar 19 or something?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember? Yeah.
The big one I know is Dolce Base. That's
Yeah,
like
Dolce.
Oh, yeah.
the
Okay. Yeah.
place right now where if
Yeah.
you
Okay.
wanna
With
get
the
alien
big
conspiracy.
shootout. Yeah. With Phil.
Oh,
Phil
the shootout. Yeah.
Phil Schneider. Yeah. Yeah. Phil claimed that he went down there and with all these black and green berets, they had guns,
Yeah.
and they went down there and they saw these grays. There was a shootout. A bunch of people got killed. Schneider claims that he lost fingers from a laser thing, and he would go
Oh.
on the circuit show. The last thing he would do is he would show his fingers that were missing. So he died mysteriously. Some people thought he was murdered, strangled. Other people said that he strangled himself, which was just almost like kind of impossible to do. He used a catheter tube and whatever. Somebody did, but I don't. But it's mysterious. They have their ways. If you get too close to the truth, the government has their
Well, you
way.
see that picture that Trump was talking to? We called them the tall
The tall
whites.
whites.
It's an interesting picture. Have
Oh,
you seen that one?
Trump was saying that.
No, there's a
He
picture.
posted it. He posted a picture of himself with tall whites, and it was up for like 2 hours, and then he deleted it.
Okay.
They kind of like they're dressed like to go to Renaissance fair. It's almost like seeing very, very pale elves. It was a very
Yeah.
interesting image.
Yeah, I forget.
Describe
I was
it.
doing some research on the Vatican UFO. During the 30s, evidently the Italians found this UFO crashed. Mussolini got it, gave it to the Vatican. The Vatican back channeled it to the United States. So that's the story. But they talked about these white, what did you call them? The white trees or the
Tall
white,
whites.
the tall whites as part of this weird mythology. And the Nazis were really into that mythology. I
Oh, they
believe
were
that.
huge into aliens. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, they were kind of crazy. I mean,
Yeah, and
the Aryan race looking for, the secret.
well, anyway, back to Bigfoot.
Yeah.
We went off
Yes.
on a tangent. I love aliens. I could talk about that all night.
Yeah.
So, something that I'm really interested in that I'd love for you to help me like understand is why did primatologist John Napier believe that the Patterson Gimlin film was a hoax?
Yeah. So Napier was from the UK. He was a primatologist. He was the head of the Smithsonian, so he was a pretty
Okay,
important
thank
person
you.
there. And at one point, let me see, 67 was the Patterson Gimlin film. I think in 1972, they shared that film with the Smithsonian. So Napier and a bunch of his colleagues looked at it and to judge whether it was true or not. But Napier thought that it was a hoax. And he said that because he thought that they just Patterson and Gimlin cobbled together two elements, the long arms like an ape, for brachiating and climbing trees and
Yeah.
all that, and legs, bipedal legs, so that they could walk like a hominid. So he just thought that those two contrasting elements of Patty,
Hmm.
were just too obvious. So he just thought it was a hoax. So that was 1972. 1974, as you know, they were over in Ethiopia and they discovered Lucy. And Lucy was named after the Beatles, Lucy in the Sky
Yep.
with Diamonds. And it was Australopithecus. And Australopithecus like was maybe 3.5, 4.5 foot tall, one of man's earliest ancestors. And when um, John Napier saw that here, Lucy had arms like an ape and legs like a human being. He said, wait a second, I've been wrong, So it was a matter of science coming full circle and
Yep.
giving us the information that we needed to fill in the blanks. So that was
Well,
really kind of,
science fiction is an example of that. I tell the kids we call it science fiction, but we really should call it science reality because all science fiction ends up becoming our reality. Look at the
right.
Jetsons, right? Like when
Oh,
we were
yeah.
watching that, we weren't imagining like hover cars or
Yeah.
telehealth and having a
Yeah.
Rosie in your house doing the work, but now all of those things exist, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, I think science fiction just becomes science reality. So
Hmm.
once you're presented with a new set of data, you have to then reformulate. And that's why
Very good.
I get sick of people who like double down on things that I'm like, look at all the data. Here you go. This is proof. And they're like, no, 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 no. Well, look at the data. So I actually approve of Napier for altering his story once the new
Yeah,
data was presented.
I think it's great. Yeah, and the other thing too is like even with Sasquatchers, those people that go out there and looking for Bigfoot. Uh, I think a lot of them were just totally they were down with just the flesh and blood theory. But I think more and more of those, and I know when I years ago, I mean, they were calling me Woo and Dr. Woo and all this stuff. That was like a derogatory term for people that believed that Bigfoot was something other than flesh and blood. However, people that I know in the Bigfoot community, and I know a lot of them, especially I'm talking about in Pennsylvania.
Penny. Yeah, she's right there.
Yeah, I think, and okay, and Penny, you tell me this. I think a lot of the people that are into Bigfoot are now changing their flesh and blood viewpoint and taking and considering that just maybe Bigfoot could be an interdimensional being. I think there's more. I think that Bigfoot people are a little bit more open-minded and mature about this. So, and what do you think?
I think that's coming up more and more in the pop culture,
Hmm.
a lot of the
How do you
shows.
feel about it?
Okay, here's what I said to my husband. I said, I played in the woods all the time as a youngster, and we're out in the woods as much as we can. I said, how often do you see the carcass of a bear or even a deer? And they're there all the time. They live there. We know
Yeah,
that.
Hmm.
yeah,
And we can be walking through the woods and there can be a deer right there and we don't see it because they're so good at
Hiding.
camouflaging
Yep.
themselves. Why can't Bigfoot be the same?
yeah.
He's really good at hide and seek.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
animals are good at camouflaging themselves so that prey won't find them.
yeah, yeah. But
And
and the question, what happened to the carcass? Well, there's other predators there, and it
exactly.
degrades. I'll tell you what, we're snowbirds. Well, we were. We're not going to be
You're
anymore.
leaving
We're
us.
leaving, yes. But anyway, down in Florida, they have these wild pigs. So wild pig gets hits on the side of the road from our where we lived, in our development. And I'm watching the sucker, and every day with the sun and everything and the vultures, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And in about, I would say like a week and a half, that thing was down to just that, the skin. I mean, it was just like there was nothing left, but and the bones. But I mean, I was watching that. It didn't take long. So that's on the side of the road. You put that in a forest with a whole lot of predators and everything, and I think that they could probably take it down a lot faster. So I don't know. It's difficult because we're operating without evidence,
Hmm.
and it's frustrating because we don't have that evidence. I'll say this, with the Patterson-Gimlin film of '67, I think the equivalent is the 2004 Nimitz film of the TikTok
Yeah, the Tic
uh,
Tac UFO.
TikTok
Yeah.
video that zigzag. They called it the UAP rather than UFO. But I think
Fun.
both of those videos are legitimate. I don't think we have anything better. I mean, we haven't been able to disprove those, and nobody's been attempting to, with the Nimitz film. So, it was faster than anything we had. They went after it. They couldn't catch up to it. And they're all saying the same thing. These things are faster and more maneuverable than anything we have and anything that we know that, say, China, Iran, Russia has.
Mhm.
So there's something out there. And if you're looking for numbers, 3% of what we see out there are of the anomalies. The anomalies are like 3%. So we don't know what 3% is. Everything else is just like hallucinations or Venus or marsh gas or
Starlink.
ducks. Or what?
Starlink satellites.
Yes, yes, but not
We did an episode on the Tic Tacs, and we actually interviewed one of our listeners who saw stuff at his military base.
Yeah,
oh wow, yeah,
That
nice.
was really interesting. Yeah,
that was really cool.
and not to say that I don't believe every story out there, but like there's something legitimizing about it being someone of authority saying, "Oh yeah, we saw it. We were told to
Right.
shut up, but we saw it."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
even when a police officer sees something, I mean, come on, I
Yep.
mean, they're trained, for all this stuff. So yeah, I mean that's authenticity that right there. So anyway, yeah. So
I think people want to debunk Bigfoot so badly.
I think Bigfoot for a lot of us is a religion. We want to believe, and it's almost like blind faith. We're believing without proof, and that's okay. Everybody has to believe in something. So why not? Why not focus on that rather than focusing on all the, as you keep on reminding us, all the bad things happening in this horrible world where we're at each other's throats, and
It's
there's
been a
no
rough couple of years, the past decade. Let's be honest. It's been
Well,
something.
there's no voice of moderation. There's monsters out there that are screaming and yelling and lying,
Hmm.
and they'll have their day in court. They'll have their justice because no one's above the law,
Hmm.
and there's no kings here. And I mean, what's happening?
Political for Bigfoot here. You gotta be careful, Matt.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've already been kicked off of one podcast for saying something political, but
Ooh,
whatever.
we love
But
everyone.
but she was having a bad day, so anyway.
Mm.
Um,
Penny, be nice.
I didn't say anything. I'm here for
My
Bigfoot.
gosh, would
Could
you
you
just
calm down?
Man, can't
Whoa.
take her anywhere.
Hey,
yeah.
I'm telling you, if I ever saw Bigfoot, I would not take his picture or hers. I would invite him to have coffee.
Yeah,
Oh. What if
yeah.
I don't like coffee?
I,
Would you like not
whatever.
love Bigfoot after that?
And I don't think I would tell anybody either.
You would just
Because,
be happy.
yes,
Well,
because if
Gosh, what
people,
if she's seen him already?
yeah.
She walks the state
We'll
family
never
all the
know.
time.
not when there's ticks out.
Penny, I have a question for you.
Yes.
If Bigfoot exists, why is Bigfoot here? What is their purpose? What do they do? Why are they here?
Well, if you believe that they're just a flesh and blood creature, why not? We don't know all of the species of animals that exist on this planet. We're constantly finding new.
Hmm.
There was a time when nobody believed in the silverback gorilla,
That's
Right.
true.
and
Yeah.
we don't know what is out there.
They're still finding new
Mhm.
species every day.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I firmly believe there could be another species out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, I agree. I mean, that's our what
Well,
we
I,
all
I
believe.
always lean on like the religious aspect. When we talk about skinwalkers, when you talk to Native Americans out in that area, they firmly believe that skinwalkers are real. It's part of their religion.
Hmm.
And if you look at a lot of these Native American tribes, Bigfoot was a part of their religion. He's a protector of the natural world, and he
Right.
has these portals to go to his home world. If we're looking at if you're a Christian, you have portals, if you will, to heaven and to not so great
Yeah,
places.
other planes of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I'm more of like an open-minded person when it comes to Bigfoot,
Hmm.
not when it comes to the squonk or Jersey Devil. Like I
Okay.
will say
Okay.
those are not real.
Okay. That's okay. Okay. Well, that's good. Okay. So,
I believe a lot of sightings are misidentification.
Mm.
People want to believe, want to see it so badly.
But I
yeah.
refuse to believe that it's a bear. I cannot, because bears do not walk like humans.
No.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I think a lot of it is pareidolia. And that's where the psyche, we need balance, we need homeostasis, we need everything to be orderly. For example, the guy was not Travis, the guy out in Arizona, I think, when he was the high power utility line worker, he gets zapped
Mhm.
and he claimed that he was taken aboard by, and probed and all that. Um, I think what happens is like when we have a gap, when we have a blackout or a gray out, we confabulate. We have to put something there. You can't have this space where there's nothing there. So when Betty and Barney Hill got abducted in 62, um, and they had this missing time and everything, they filled it with something. They believed they were taken up by a flying saucer and probed. That's what they said. But we don't know if that was actually what happened or it was a matter of confabulation or pareidolia, where the miraculous human mind, and we're made in the image and likeness of God. What we have going for us is an overabundance of DNA that gives us incredible creativity, cognition, and spirituality. And the human mind is just capable of so many, just wondrous things. I mean, wondrous. Uh, the pareidolia, you look up into the sky and see these clouds, and you will see something.
you
Those
see
clouds will
imaging, yeah.
immediately, because that's how it is. The brain
We need
looks
to
for
make
that.
sense of our surroundings.
Yeah.
We need to make sense. We need balance. And here's the thing, you can go through life with order and balance and homeostasis,
Mhm.
and that's good. That's where I'm coming from. Or you could go through life with chaos. You could just fly by the seat of your pants and you could just, I mean, everything's just like a
I can't do that.
whirlwind up and down. And some people do that. They live a
God bless them.
chaotic
No, thank you.
Yeah.
lifestyle. But I mean, take your pick, which door you're going to open. Um, my only example of seeing a Bigfoot, and it wasn't real, and I don't want to say that it was, but my wife and I were walking in Berwick by the Riverlands,
Hmm.
and there's a pathway there that goes next to the river. Usually it's flooded out, but this time it was dry. We went down there, and I look ahead, and it's sort of like in the winter time. This is a couple of years ago, and I see this black shape coming towards me. Now we're talking maybe 4 seconds, like 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Give me 4 seconds. I see this black shape coming towards me, going behind a tree, moving towards me a little bit closer, and I'm looking, and it takes a while for your eyes to make that into whatever it is.
Hmm.
Here it was a woman wearing like an oversized coat with the shoulder pads,
Oh,
and it looked from a distance. I didn't tell her, but she looked like Bigfoot. And then she comes up on me, and there she was, and we just said hello and all that. But for those 3 or 4 seconds, I had this feeling of awe. I had this feeling that I had seen Bigfoot, and that may be the closest I ever get, but I honor that. That was my experience.
Mhm.
And I mean, I played it over in my head so many times, but that was just a great thing. Again, it wasn't the real thing, but I thought it was, and perception is reality. My perception was that that's what it
Yep.
was. So, you know,
So you are publicly challenging Marq Evans and his documentary and calling it a hoax, correct? And you really want to debate him anytime, any place.
that's right. And
If
again,
you want to do it with us, we would be glad to host that debate
That'd be
via
so
Zoom.
fun.
We will do it. We'll have Penny here. She says she can't be a mediator because she will have.
I'll be biased.
But I don't think you will, Penny. I think that you'll cater. We were teachers all those years. And we learn to mediate because those kids got big personalities.
I believe in the Patterson Gimlin film. I
good.
I can't believe in anything that you show me made now because of all of our technology with AI. But from that, knowing the lack of technology,
Okay, so we
Yeah.
make PJ the
Yes.
mediator
be
because
okay
he is
with
a
that.
skeptic.
Yeah, and like there are questions that people are asking on Reddit, people who like know reel to reel film more than I do, where they're like, can you give us a high quality picture of the film Edge Code? Why are you saying the film is from 1966? Was it recorded in 1966, or is it just stamped 1966 and that's when they bought it? Like what? And will did you have anyone who's certified examine it? Where are those results? We would like to see
No,
that.
a
Yes.
part-time instructor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I've seen an open letter to him on Reddit about that, and that also he did an AMA and Ask Me Anything, and someone asked some of those questions, and he didn't respond to either of those.
Yeah, I know. Like he's like sort of on the down low now. So, but we're coming after him, and
Well, and that's okay because, like, as an English teacher of 16 years, I believe in the power of persuasion and argumentation.
Mhm.
I can pretend to be a person who doesn't believe. Penny can be the believer. I'll be the non-believer.
And
You're
I'm
the
the skeptic,
mediator,
yeah,
and then we'll have these two talk.
because
yeah,
I love looking at like we've been saying all throughout this whole conversation is like, just give me the facts
Hmm.
so I can make my own opinion about it.
right, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
I
I
can
just
make
want to see
questions.
And in the paranormal community, we need to do this. We need to tighten up. We need to
Yeah,
clean up our act and be more scientifically minded,
yeah,
more
you can't let your
academically
biases get in.
minded, because to discourage the scientific community and the public from thinking that we're all kooks and zealots and fanatics. It's not true. We're just looking for the truth, and this is what human beings do. We search for meaning. This is what we're doing. This is what we're supposed to be doing.
That's what we did in our
So,
house until we had to go religious. Nothing else worked, right?
And that's what
yeah,
I say to my students every time I tell stories about our house is like, we believe it was demonic. We had an exorcist. The exorcist did their thing, and now there's no more issues. So
yeah,
Yeah, we did
demonic, like
everything
2
else.
plus 2
Nothing
equals 4.
worked. Yeah.
But
yeah,
but if science were to come out with proof of another explanation, you better believe I'm going to accept that. I will change my
right.
worldview
Yeah,
to accept the science, the facts.
yeah,
But what scientifically would have led to that? And that's important.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
But so many people in the paranormal world, whether it's cryptids or spirits or demons or whatever, like they're so set in their beliefs that they will not change their
Mhm.
worldview.
right. Yeah. Well,
And
well, the Patterson Gimlin film is a good example. Like, I mean, a lot of us are holding on to this as our holy grail.
Mhm.
And but still, that's okay because it has not been disproven.
right,
And it
yeah,
probably won't be disproven. And but Penny's right about the technology and everything. I mean, what the new one with capturing Bigfoot, that very easily could have been just contrived and faked and used,
Mhm.
CGI and everything else. So I'm not believing it.
yeah.
And
Until we see the
no,
actual film
yeah,
and someone certified examines it and stuff like.
yeah. And I don't think you're going to see a stamp mark saying, 1966, Ajax Publishers or whatever. I don't think we're going to be able to get that specific. I mean, I don't think,
Yeah, I don't know.
but I don't know.
Well,
So,
then there we go. It's fake.
If my uncle were still around, he was big into cinematography. He had a
Yeah.
couple reel to reel projectors and cameras and stuff.
Mhm.
Like he could have told me, but
yeah, yeah.
Well, we have friends in filmography.
we do.
I know people.
Yeah,
I
we
know a
ask
few
around.
people.
Okay, there you
Maybe
go.
I may be a part-time instructor, but I know people. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay. Well, I'm impressed. So,
Well, thank you so much, Maxim, once again for being on with us. We would gladly host you for this. We support you in your challenge against Marq Evans. Again.
Oh, very good. Okay.
And I would
And
love to hear his side too. Like I would
Yeah.
love to see the
yeah, for sure. Yeah, let's hear his
And-
side. Let's
yeah.
hear him out respectfully. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
hear what you have to say. Show us, give us your proof. What's your proof that Patterson given the original film is a hoax? Just what is your proof? Just
Because
talk
yeah,
about
what if we do see this film and we're like, oh my god, like
You're
this
right.
changes everything, and
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't imagine because I think more people would be talking about it, but
yeah.
it's very possible. So
Prove it, man.
yeah,
That's right.
I would
Bring your
love
proof.
to have everyone come to the table, both sides of the table, and
Mhm.
present everything and see what we can get to.
Okay, well, here's something else. November 1st, 1967 is when Patterson formed the company called Bigfoot Enterprises.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should host the debate on November
November.
1st.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, yeah.
There we
And-
go.
and
Matt
that was-
will be moved. I will be over my surgery hump at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect
It's
time.
far enough in the future where we can all
Can
set
really
it in
plan.
stone.
We can even
Yep.
do it somewhere live. Oh, yeah.
And that was November 1st, 1967 in
Yep.
Hollywood, California,
Yep.
with Al
Datley, I think. Yeah.
yeah, Diatley, the brother-in-law, Patterson's brother-in-law. So he made all the money.
And Shanna, I would have been 3 months old.
Oh, look how old you are.
Ah.
They like making fun of my age.
Okay.
In
little-
67, I wasn't even a thought in my mom's mind.
God.
That was 20 years before I was born, Penny, just to put in context.
God. Also, for your listeners, we're going to be at the Central Pennsylvania
That's right.
Bigfoot Cryptid Expo
Susquehanna
on
Mall.
Saturday, August the 15th, I believe.
Yep.
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 Cool.
That's Gwen and Michael Purcell's endeavor. And it's real. I mean, we should support this and also the Cryptid Collective because
Yep.
it's one of the few things we have in our area. And, our area
It's
is
humongous. It's a really big festival.
I know, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I was a guest speaker at the original one in Elysburg, but it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger.
He
And
loves that one.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's
That's
the
where
first
she
time
met you originally, I think, right? You
Yeah.
met him, yeah.
Yeah, that's-
All those years ago.
Yeah, so we're going to be there, and I'm going to be formally issuing my challenge to
Oh,
Marq
yeah.
Evans. Anyway, so that's what's going on. If you're around, please check out the Bigfoot celebration on August the 15th.
Come hang out with
And-
us. We'll be
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah, hang out with
there.
us. We'll be around. Yeah. So
And we're not having a table this year because I am having a surgery, but we're going to be there, walk around and hang out, get people's stories.
Are you having a table, Maxim?
yeah, I'll have a table
Yeah,
there with my books. Yeah, so
Perfect.
that's the plan. So come on over. That'll
Excellent.
be good. Yeah, this is good. Well, this is always fun. So thank you so much for the opportunity and continued luck with your podcast. This is great. You guys do such a good job. You keep it laid back. You have the right amount of humor and lightness, and
I bring a lot to the table. PJ brings nothing.
Listen. I was just gonna say how
You
good.
can't even leave because Penny's in the way. You're stuck here now.
I was just gonna say how good PJ and Penny are, and you're interrupting.
Yeah,
Always,
Yeah,
always.
see?
Anyway, so it's all good, but have a nice 4th of July and
Wonderful
okay.
4th of July. Stay cool. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be disgusting. Around 3 o'clock, we're going to have a thunderstorm again, and then it should cool off a little bit,
Yeah.
thankfully.
A thunderstorm.
Tomorrow again. Yep, they're
On
saying.
the 4th.
Okay, yeah.
The Millville Parade should be done, and then thunderstorm.
Yeah.
And how many podcasts have you done? What?
Oh,
You know?
For this show, we're
100.
on this will be episode 176
Yeah, there we
Okay,
go.
good. Okay,
177.
wonderful.
or 177. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Chugging
sounds.
along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Yeah, I hope you get monetized.
That's
Yeah.
the dream. We actually are getting pretty close right now to.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, you must be doing something right.
Well, we try.
Yeah.
I think
Could
it's,
it- could
because, it's our chutzpah. I bring a lot of chutzpah.
Or could it be the caliber of your guest? Do you think that might have anything to do with it?
Honestly, that's like 95% of it. And whenever we have Psycho Penny on, it's a treat with Nurse Jackie. When we do our campfire episodes, like that's the big love by all of our
Yeah.
listeners, the campfire
Yeah.
episode. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
do
a
some of these
writer who
podcasts.
shows up every so often. He's pretty good too.
yeah, there's this guy. It's Maxim
Mm.
Furek. I don't know, but he's pretty neat.
Don't mispronounce someone's name.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I should have done my research.
Yeah.
Names are important.
I'm just a paranormal researcher. What can I say?
So people that tune into your show, why do they tune into your podcast? I mean, what is the uniqueness that you provide with, and there's thousands of
Yeah.
podcasts out there, but what do you bring to the fore that maybe the other ones don't?
I do a lot of research.
Yeah.
I deep dive everything, so I won't even do a podcast episode if I do not have the necessary research to actually do a presentation.
Mhm.
And what's really important for all of us is that we're not saying all of this is real. Here is all the evidence. Here's the
Right.
story. What are your thoughts?
The story is important for me. Like, we want to know, why is this place called haunted? You know, why
Mhm.
Yeah.
do these stories exist? So what's the history? So then we have to
Go through the history. Yeah,
deep
the-
dive into
Mhm.
the history of it. So we're more of a
I say
historical podcast
Yeah.
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
anything else when
Yeah.
you break it down at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah. One thing I'm finding though, like I think our area really has a lot of wonderful resources. I mean,
Mhm.
certainly your podcast, but the Cryptid Collective and their expo and the Slice of the Paranormal and the Schwartz Paranormal Group. I mean, there's and paranormal authors like me. I mean, we have this wonderful community of crazies that we're just adding to the fabric. I mean, I just think it's so wonderful, and it's accepting. I mean, it's great to talk about this.
Pennsylvania is known for more things than just the squonk. All right, it's all because of us. There we go.
Yeah.
Weirdos like you and us, Maxim.
Yes. Very good. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your friendship and your expertise and your professionalism. Penny, always a pleasure. I'm looking forward to seeing you in
Yeah.
Selinsgrove.
Yep,
And getting
And,
more of your books.
that's right. He has a new one coming
Okay.
out soon.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and my new book.
You
Oh,
gotta
yes.
plug it. Let's go. Plug it really
Okay,
fast.
thank you. I will. Scream of the Haunted House. It's coming out in about maybe 3 months. Hanger One Publishing, and we have PJ and Shanna who have really given me some wonderful quotes for the book.
Nina's book, Penny.
Yeah, in the book. Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. And I thank you so much. But this is going to be good. This is going to be
Excited.
real good. So, I can't wait for it to get out. And by the way, here's a picture from the past. Can you see that?
Who's that
Uh-huh.
handsome devil?
Now, do you believe in Jesus as your Lord and Savior?
My Jesus isn't that pale, but
Can you see the resemblance?
resemblance,
Oh,
yes, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that was back in the day. I had hair. God, Penny, I had hair longer than yours.
Oh my.
Yeah, a lot longer.
How about mine? Mine goes down for a
No,
while.
no, not that long. No, that's good. Yeah, but that's cool. I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's just something I did just for you. A little flair.
See,
PJ
that's
worked on his hair longer.
I do these podcasts, and some of these podcasters are so stoic. They're just like I mean,
Yeah.
they have no affect. I mean, almost like no
have
soul.
fun too.
I know. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, I want people to feel like they're at the table with us. That's kind of
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Our listeners like it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank
Yeah.
you so much for being on. Good luck with your upcoming novel that we'll be a part of. Can't wait to see you.
Did you say best-selling novel? I didn't.
Yes, your
Absolutely.
future best-selling
Okay.
novel.
Yeah. Yeah.
There it
I'm not hearing well on this side, so okay.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, okay,
It was just there was a glitch, the matrix.
Yeah.
And thank you all to our listeners. If you
Uh,
are interested in hearing more from us, please hop on our Games Overboard on Facebook because we are a subsidiary. But you can find us on Instagram. Oh my gosh, I can't do something without my script. You can find us on Instagram as the Wellhouse Exorcism or on Blue Sky as the Wellhouse Exorcism. They're all one word. But for all of our podcasts, videos, and more information about us and what we do, hop on our website, which is gamesoverboard.com. Again, we are a subsidiary of our flagship, which is Games Overboard.
That's right. Link is in the description of this video
That's
when I
correct.
post it.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone. And as always,
Think spooky thoughts.